Welcome back to some more PGA Tour 2K21 career mode here on the channel. And just before we get into things, I had to actually restart this career mode. Well, technically not restart it, but select where I wanted to start from again. It seems to be a little bit of a bug. I know myself, this is the first time I've gotten it, but at least one or two of the other guys have gotten it as well. We have passed it on to the devs, so hopefully it will be patched ahead of release, but it's just it's like it's not saving. So to be honest, it could be genuinely me, that maybe I did something. Although the game should save automatically, it could be just that I maybe did something, quitting the game after the last event, finishing off the Q school, and it just didn't register as a save properly. It could be something like that. But yeah, we are going to be continuing on. Just the second and final round. As you can see, I've got 7 under. You'll see it down there on the bottom left. We'll just have a quick look at the leaderboard. So tied for the lead at the moment, 2-8 tie. Myself and Samuel Crockett at 7 under. And also stick around with the video, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give just a couple of quick putting tips for what I personally think will help you. I didn't add them into the 10 tips for when you're starting off video. I kind of touched on one of them about regards to how sensitive it is, but just for what I personally find is actually the best way, and hopefully it works for Xbox controllers as well. This, otherwise, for me, in my experience, is just geared towards PS4 controllers, DualShock 4s. But again, just before we get into the video, also I'd just like to say a massive thanks once again to 2K and HB Studios for passing me on an early copy of the game ahead of release. It is very much appreciated. So we are going to be doing a second round. I am from here on out also going to be cutting out the loading screens, just going to get straight down onto the course. So I'll be back to you in just a second.
.2K Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you today's event. Today's coverage of the Korn Ferry Tour opener is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. G'day everyone, Luke Elvey here with Rich Beam, and Rich, this next golfer, as they begin their round, what do you think of their chances?
Look, it's a small lead, let's face it, but it's a lead, and that's where you want to be. You want to be out front. And so this player has been playing well all week long, but in saying that, they just don't want to make any mistakes. It's going to be a difficult day all around.
I know, I can't wait. Let's get back down to the coverage.
Alright, so here we are down on the first tee, TPC Deer Run for the Korn Ferry Tour opener. Excuse me. So yeah, a couple of things in regards to the putting, and I will explain one of them. Well, actually both of them, to be honest. Actually, they're fairly quick once we get up onto the first tee, or first green even.
And let's see what he can do.
Oh, it's a fast one. Just before recording, I was saying to myself, tempo was actually pretty spot on tonight. I was pretty consistent with the tempo, but I was chatting with early 1981 just before recording, and I was saying to myself, knowing my luck, it'll go down the pan as soon as I start recording. And sure enough, right, I think we're just gonna have to 79 playing about 80 to the pin. Alright, we want to get a bit risky. Let's see what will happen here, because we have got that 8 mph wind as well. So that's really cranked the attack angle. Somebody's missed a putt by the sound of things in the background. That was a great little addition. Oh, that's a good tempo. Now, did I get the distance right? Oh, well, we're on. Alright, so I'm going to go into the settings menu. And I'm going to show you a couple of things, because you will notice, I can't remember if in the last video I had the distance of the pin over the marker there. And I'll just pop the flag in before I forget, but we're going to go into the settings real quick. I'm going to show you the first little thing. So I'll go into difficulty, and I'm just going to hit up and straight down to the bottom. So right now, aim marker I have fully on. So you'll see it says on, displays the aim marker and distance and elevation information, whereas if you have it marker only, it's just the marker, so it takes away the distance and elevation as it says. So I have that on, but just to ensure, because when I was doing screenshots and stuff the other day, or yesterday, sorry, it was a combination of the two. Whatever way I was doing it, it was a bit off. So Scout Camera I have fully on as well, so that's showing the distance UI enabled as well. So I just have all that on. The reason why I do that is due to the fact that now that we use the sticks rather than using the D-pad, so using the right stick to aim. A lot of you may do this already, but sometimes maybe you might slip off. See the way I'm just doing it, I don't have it at the perfect angle. And if you're aiming out on a long putt, you might not realise that. So I just have it on, and as soon as I get onto the green, I go, right, that's my distance, so it's 19 feet. So I know I want to keep the marker at 19 feet. I'm always going to keep the marker at the default position that the game puts it at for me. The next one is in regards to getting the weight right in your putt. Now this can work whether you're using just the vibration, the haptic feedback like what I'm doing, or even if you have the power bar on as well. Hopefully this works for any of you either on Xbox or PC. Not sure about Stadia or Switch. But with a DualShock 4, when you when you rest your thumb on the stick and you very slightly move it, you'll feel that little bit of movement before you start feeling resistance. Now you can see the putter moving there as I'm doing it, and basically all I'm doing is I'm going until I feel that first bit of resistance on the pullback. So I'm just going to go barely move it, and just until I feel that very subtle little vibration in the controller. I actually did just get that right. I left it a little bit short, could have left it a little bit longer. The vibration was only starting, but I found that has really helped with my consistency in getting the putt weight right in the power. So it is literally a millimeter, no more than 2 millimeter movement on your stick is all that you need to pull back, and just hold it at that position. When you start feeling that very slight bit of resistance on the stick, just stop there. Just let the putter come back nice and slowly, and once you feel that vibration, push forward. Don't push forward too aggressive. Now that's in particular, that's just specifically for putting. There's a good tempo there.
Well, I like the look of the line here.
But that haptic feedback really is a great thing, especially for doing the partial shots as well. The main thing that you might have trouble with is just getting that forward tempo right for the downswing. But once you find that rhythm, once you get those clubs that are right for you, everything should fairly quickly hopefully fall into place for you. Okay, right. So I think I want to choke down on this actually a little bit. Is it running uphill? Well, it's running uphill. 4 mile per hour wind, so 221. Excuse me, 221 to the pin. I'll just pull back a little bit. Oh, I was a little fast on that, but might actually help me. It might help me. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Alright, let's see if we can get the weight right in this one.
All of his muscles to get that one home in two.
Not guaranteed to get it. It's a good break.
This one's for eagle.
But as Luke just said there, it's for eagles, so and don't be afraid to just do that a couple of times. Ooh, just a little bit off on the aim there. The weight was perfect. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that a couple of times. Just do 1 or 2 test pullbacks just to get a feel for when you want to push forward after holding it. But we did make the birdie there, so we are now again tied for the lead, and Samuel is on the course with us. We are paired up with him. So a bit of a head-to-head battle on this final round. But hole number 3, 190. Gonna play about what, 202. Don't really have a club for that. We'll just have to hit the 4-iron. I'm not going to choke down. Will I choke down on the 5-wood? Don't want to choke down too. I'm only going to be able to choke down to there, 173. Actually, that might be alright. So if I aim dead at the pin, I'm hoping then the wind can take it back enough and then it can take the break. Maybe just go a little bit right of it. Oh, a little fast. But again, that might actually help me due to pull him or choke him back down on it. Oh, this could be my first ace. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
What a shot that was.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
5 inches to dropping in for my first hole in one on PGA Tour 2K21. That is a beautiful shot.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Back-to-back
That was
birdies
a
moving the right
beautiful
direction
shot.
there, Luke.
And with that,
Oh,
he's now
how did that
retired,
not drop?
all alone at the top of the leaderboard.
But we've got a
The
one-shot lead.
continues
That's all
to
that matters.
grow. This is simply amazing.
We want that
Let's see
Battlefield
what happens
promotion
here
onto the
on the
PGA
fourth.
Tour.
This player's got some lovely momentum coming off a birdie at the last.
That's a sweet swing.
That one's heading down Broadway.
I'm still finding it a little bit difficult trying to really never mind legend difficulty, but on master swing difficulty, just get that tempo down. But I mean, I'm still playing on pro career mode wise, and I feel I am starting to get a good handle on it now. So this is playing about 135. We'll call it 142 with the wind. So we'll stick that 8-iron on. I'll tell you what, we're gonna see if we are. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can spin this back a little bit. Stick it up in the air. We'll actually keep it pretty much just a little bit left of the pin, maybe. No, actually dead on. Oh, it's a slow. Right after I say that I'm getting a bit of a handle on the tempo on pro. That's not bad though. We can get a chip, and I am pretty decent with the chip in here. So I did mention in the video, the previous video, should I say, chipping is quite easy. So if you were a solid chipper for holing out in 2019, then you were in for a world of fun. Here on 21, getting the hole.
That's an impressive little chip.
Nearly got it. It's just a slight pull on it. But I mean, I'm actually gonna class this video as pretty much a review as well. This game is just outstanding. It is a minimum out of 10, 9.5 for me. There's a couple of little things that, like I mentioned at the start of the video, where I've just had to. I've been given the option to select where I want to start my career mode. So either the Q School again or Korn Ferry. So I've just jumped straight into the Korn Ferry because we did the Q School already. But apart from that, personally myself, I haven't found any real issues with the game. I know a couple of the guys at the preview calls did have issues. I think it was a C mount. I think it was. He did legend difficulty video on Scottsdale, and one of the holes, I think it was hole 15, he went, no, not hole 15, which hole, I can't think what hole it was, but he went in the water off the tee and it dropped him in behind the grandstand. Actually, yeah, it could have been, oh, which one was it? It was a par 5, no, it wasn't a par 5, I can't remember, I genuinely can't remember what hole it was, but I do know he went in the water off the tee and it dropped him right behind the grandstand. Now, he was able to pitch or flop over it, but so hopefully maybe the drop zones get a little bit tweaked, if not before launch, but just after launch maybe. But as I say, otherwise I haven't found anything. The game is absolutely stunning, both visually and gameplay wise. Now I don't know if you can hear them in the background. I have lowered them down to 35% on the volume. Luke and Rich and John as well for the commentary. It really does add to the atmosphere. For the career mode, they really have done an outstanding job, and what a putt. If that gives me a replay, I am going to save it. I do have a little replay montage in the works at the moment. Don't think they're going to replay it, but we do still have that one-shot lead. Oh, and Samuel's dropped down to 7 under. But we've got Lucas Taylor, I think it was nipping at the heels. He's 9 under through 9. As we're on the 6th. Yeah, I think we'll just maybe just chuck down a little bit on it, just in case that 8 mile per hour tailwind. But I mean, if you do, it was in one of the preview videos. I can't remember which video it was specifically. Maybe if you're watching the video yourself, Jim, you'll be able to say it. But Jim Gim said in one of his videos that after playing some of this game and then going back to, I think you had to go back and record a video for TGC 2019. He said it was a night and day difference. It was actually like playing in slow motion, he said. And even just watching TGC 2019 videos, you can actually see the difference, the speed of the swing, how fluid it is. It really, really is such an improvement. TGC 2019, great game. I mean, we've all played it for 2 years now, so we wouldn't be playing it that long if it wasn't a great game. But just the improvements overall. Oh, a little fast on that, but with the attack angle unlocked, it might help me. Yeah, it did actually. I put a bit too much on that one.
Good shot there, right inside the range.
This one
So
here,
it really,
back-to-back
really is so much more rewarding when you drop those birdie putts. Missed that by a hair.
He's got a par putt
I was
here.
going to say a different kind of hair there, but
And down it goes.
because we're early stages in the game, and at the time I record the game's not even bloody out, so I know a good lot of people will probably be watching this. Yeah, I'll try and keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, it really, really is such a great game. I genuinely cannot wait for each and every one of you to get your hands on this game. Solid minimum 9.5 out of 10 is all I can give this. If there's any particular part of the game that you want me to comment on, because I mean I haven't even stepped into the multiplayer part of the game yet, due to the fact that the game's not officially out, so I'm waiting for that personally before I do
not sure that's what
go
they
into
had in
that.
their
Come on,
mind.
kick
That's
left,
further right than
kick
they wanted.
left, and settle down nice and quick. Now I have mentioned in previous videos I'm not a designer myself, but I mean there is videos out from Crazy Canuck,
especially when it's for
who has done great videos already. I believe he has already started his Course Designer 101 series again for this game, so, or he's in the process of starting it. And I actually
It's got a chance.
get in. I was just shy of the way, but I did reply to one of his tweets
And after that effort,
saying that I might actually get stuck into the designer this time myself, because TGC 1, TGC 2 and 2019, all three games I've gone into the designer, tried the designer course, but always lost that interest after a certain amount of holes, and just never bothered going back. That's fine. I'm gonna say that could be in a bit of trouble, but
was wonderfully done. This spot looks awfully
with this
familiar.
game I
They play
think I
here
might
yesterday.
actually try my hand at designing a course. It'll probably be pure crap, but at the end of the day, like, you know, I'm sure a lot of designers when starting out, I'll put out what they personally anyway would be considered to be pure crap. But just see what I can do, because I do kind of have, oh, I did not need to take it off that. I do have a course in my head, like I have the vision of a course in my head, but as I say, I've just never had that, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue, I can't think of it. No, I left that. Oh, I did get that. Just as the vibration was starting, but just another split second I would have gotten it.
Tell you what,
But I need to start making a few moves actually. This is me talking away now. We've only got we're only 3 under for the round so far, 10 under for the event, but we still have that 1-shot lead. Still 3 shots ahead of El Samuel. The others are nipping at the heels, still got a few shots or a few holes to play. But I mean, character customization, or yeah, my player creation, is basically what we're familiar with from TGC 2019. Absolutely, you can go into as little or as much detail as you want, facial wise, and Now I haven't gone through too many of them, but glasses wise I do know you cannot currently anyway do custom colours, so like you can't retint the shade of the actual glass themselves or the frames. So hopefully maybe that'll get patched in, because not this particular pair, but the pair of glasses that I did have on before, the ones I have on now,
Well, that's a handy shot.
I would have kept them on if I was able to just darken the tint a little bit more. I think that's going to break a little bit more than one. Turn, turn, turn. Get in that hole. Club customization. I mean clubs overall, I love the addition. Absolutely love the addition of branded clubs and having the stats on them as well. It makes it feel a lot better, like it more what's the best way to do it? More strategic and more personalised as well as to each player's preference. Like, do you want to hit those big bombs off the driver? Do you want to be more off the tee, or do you want to be more controlled? Same with your approach shots. Do you want to have a much more narrow margin for error on your approach shots, or do you want to have that little bit shorter distance but more control, whereas on off the tee you'll have that bit more distance, and you balance yourself out according to what you want personally. There's just so much customization options available in the game, and that's not even touching on the difficulty levels as well, which I have touched on already, which is just top quality stuff. So many more options. It really has opened up.
Opting for the 3-wood. This one looks like it's going
what I suppose you could still call the TGC franchise in a way, although we haven't got that name officially in the game anymore. It has opened it up a lot more to the casual player, because everybody will agree that the TGC games have quite a learning curve, and those coming across from the likes of the EA games, Tiger Woods and stuff, will have found it difficult when first starting out, until they do get it to grips with the game and how the mechanics work. Oh no! I pulled it.
And that should secure the par.
But like, I mean, base core mechanics of the game still work. So dividing your elevation by 3 and adding it on or taking it off, depending on whether you're uphill or downhill accordingly. Adjusting for the wind. Let's have a look at the wind real quick. Alright, so I'll do it now when we get up to the green, or when we're going on our approach shot here. But wind works essentially the same as well. Putting, I'm going with the green line tap and reading the beads method, personally myself now, just due to the fact that we have to use the stick for aiming. But I mean, wind wise, if we just imagine this was a perfect right to left wind, pretty much all you have to do is just, each grid square is one square yard, pretty much. So you just go, if it's the 8 mile per hour wind, well it's 7 now, so we just say go 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly 5, roughly 6, roughly 7, so aim out to about there. Now we are on a massive side slope, so I'm not going to do that, but pretty much that's all you have to do. Whatever the wind value is, you may need to fine tune it depending on the clubs. It could be similar to the previous games, where you might need to go 1.5 to 2 grid squares worked out, but it all works pretty much the same. But the actual what's the word again that I'm looking for? How fluid the game plays is just, it really is such an improvement. And graphics wise,
looks just a fraction too long to me.
I've seen so many people saying, oh look, PS2 graphics, blah blah blah. Like, I mean, come on, like, just stop hating. Like, how about you go out and design a bloody game? I mean, this game comes with a full course designer. Oh, did I get that one perfect? Nah, it's just a little off. But I mean, how many games can you say come with a golf course designer which, going back again to the Tiger Woods series, I remember seeing on forums, Facebook posts and all that sort of stuff over the years, people were screaming for a course designer in those games. No, they weren't listening. HB Studios came along and they said, well, we'll give you one, and we've always had one. I mean, there is obviously when this game launches, there is not going to be the full library, but give it a few weeks, a month or two maybe, and we are going to be back up to having 5-6 figure library of courses available at our disposal to play once the designers get them all poured across from TGC 2019. What other golf game can boast that? The physics are unbelievable. It really is, again, such an improvement. The ball reacts so much better on the greens, the ball flight, the shots, and I'm looking at the numbers here in the top right and trying to work out my shot. 202, so playing about 209. Right, let's crank that attack angle up and hurl the loft. Oh, I did feel that I was a little slow, paying the price for it. But yeah, it really is so much more rewarding when you hit those long putts, when you get the drives in, or your approach shots in, or even just when you hit a tee shot perfect. It is so much more rewarding. I mean, I'm sure a very high percentage of the golf club community will say that you just switch off after a while on TGC 2019, just go into full on autopilot, and you're just smashing out like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 under rounds each and every time, no matter what the conditions were. But now, that felt a little fast, but didn't feel that fast. At least it's still alright. But now,
yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you?
especially on the greens, with how sensitive the putting is. We're all going to get a handle on it. I've started to get a handle on it. I gave you a little tip there at the start of the video about it. So I've got here 99, so I'm playing about 93. I'm not doing a pitch shot. Bugger that. 93, let's pull that back about half. Oh my god. I did say it. My tempo was good before starting to record. Now that I'm recording, it's gone to shit.
Missing it long with that approach, not a good leave.
No, once everybody gets a handle on it, yeah, we will start seeing those low scores. Without a shadow of a doubt, like, it's inevitable. It's a video game. There's only so many variables
very smooth
that can be put into a video game compared to what you'd expect in real life. So I mean, that's why you cannot expect to compare a video game to real life. No matter how realistic of a simulation it is, you can't expect to do that. There's only so much that the program can do. But I mean, as I mentioned in the 10 tips for when you're starting out, I gave that bonus tip at the end. Just have fun. It's a flippin' video game. There are always, like, I mean, I could jump onto Call of Duty right now, and there will be somebody who will destroy me up and down the map, left, right and centre. I will not be able to kill them. And they'll come out with, like, just say you're playing a domination match or something like that, they'll come out with like 100 kills or whatever it is, and still be going for the objective and all that stuff. They're beasts at the game. They're beasts for a reason. They put in the time and effort. It's the same with this game. Why am I on the flipping putter? What the hell was I on? See, I'm talking. 47, alright. Just choke that back a yard. Maybe 2. That should be just nice. But I mean, it's a video game. There is always going to be people better than you. Like, I mean, there are people, the tips videos that I put out from TGC 2 and through TGC 2019, there are people who took those tips on. That, oh, Jesus Christ, see, this is me talking, that have actually said to me they were absolute rubbish at the game before watching the videos that I put out, and taking on tips from other people as well. They're freaking miles better than me now. And am I complaining? No, they've put in the time, they've learned the game, taken on the tips on, taking the tips on board that they've been given through videos or posts and stuff. Put the time and the effort in, but at the end of the day, they're still having fun If they get beaten, they get beaten. But that's what I'm saying. It is a video game at the end of the day. Just that's the main thing. Just have fun. But let's try and focus on the last of this round. That's pretty much. That's the best I'll do for a review. I was toying with the idea of writing out a script, but I am absolutely dog shit. I reckon reading out scripts and stuff like that just doesn't come across natural for me. So I'd rather just flap me gums and waffle the eardrums off you. That's the best way to put that. 165, right, we're going to go 168 with that wind. We might be just nice to maybe just put a bit on it. We're quite a downslope. Oh, it's a good swing. That's tracking.
I like that
Sit
well
down. Sit, you bitch. I could have taken a little bit more off that. Oh, it's a tricky putt. Minimum 1.5 on it. Oh no, I gave that one too much, I think. Yeah, just a split second of still. Perfect weight. Could have been a combination. I might have been just out a little bit too far as well. But that genuinely has helped with my consistency in getting the power right on the putts. It's just barely moving that stick back just by a millimetre or so. Jeez, right, so I've got 3 holes to play. Tie, 3-way tie. Oh, Samuel's made a comeback while I've been flapping my gums. He's made a comeback and tied. Now he's like 3 shots behind me. Not long ago. Right, 161. Right, that's 6 iron. Yeah, I don't trust that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to very, very slightly increase the attack angle and loft that. It's a good swing. Now can I catch that slope nicely? Come on, kick left. Ah, came up a little long. Or went a little long. But
think they can make this one?
Luke, I really don't think this is going to happen, but you know what? I've been wrong before, and it could happen again.
It was actually drifting a little left there. Right, we got the lead. We got the lead. We want that battlefield promotion.
Keep it going.
Right, 1 shot lead. 2 shots or 2 holes to play. Did I say that the right way? I don't know. Don't care.
Not too sure that was, but that
crap.
didn't even come close to resembling a golf swing.
Kick right. Kick right. Alright, we can still, it's a par 5, we can still get away with the birdie. I was here in the first round. Alright, where's the pin? Oh, there it is. Hiding in the shade, right. 101, playing about 105. Sand wedge with that. I think we might be alright, but just a little bit. Just a little bit taken off this. We're on a bit of an upslope as well. Good swing. Sit it down. Oh, you sexy thing. Get in there.
This one's for birdie.
Monumental cock up to miss that one. Alright, 13 under. 1 hole to play. Is Samuel keeping up with us? Oh, 2 shot lead. All we need is a par here. All we need is a par to win this one. And then it's just 2 more rounds. Ooh, let's put a little bit of draw on this one, because I am just going to aim a little bit right. Or left even.
Just some of the best rhythm in the game.
Alright, that's got 314 off the tee. Leaves us 152. 8 iron is bang on 150. So I'm just going to take a little bit off that. I'm going to aim about 5 squares out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably regret doing this, but let's see how well it works. Let's see it now if the wind pulls that back nice. Provided I can hit it well, a little bit fast, so it'll be a little bit left.
Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice.
But if that was perfect, we were heading right back towards the pin.
Into the 18th and a chance for birdie. And this is why they put in hours and hours of practice. A putt to win it all.
Get in the hole, get in the hole, get in the hole, get in there. That's a minimum 2 shot lead.
And in fine fashion too.
Two more events need to win just to get that battlefield promotion onto the PGA Tour.
check, baby.
So I think I won't save it. I won't save it. But it's in there. Alright, let's see how we finished.
Well, Rich, this is a big moment in this young player's career. Their very first victory on the Korn Ferry Tour.
What a way to start your
With that 2-shot lead, very, very nice. So 7 under again today. Happy enough with that. Like, I mean, even getting just that 7 under, it actually does feel rewarding. I know I've been yapping away throughout the whole video, and not really fully concentrating on the round. It still feels rewarding, even when you do be actually concentrating, because all it can take is just one bad putt, one bad tee shot, one bad approach shot to legitimately screw your whole round up. And I mean, I mentioned it in, I think it was in the last video anyway, I've lost count how many just like 2 or 3 foot putts I have actually missed. I've either just been too cautious and underhit them and actually come up short, or it's broke a little bit too much because of that, or I've just put a bit too much weight on it. I'll just blast them clean straight over the hole, like the hole wasn't even there. It really, really is such a more rewarding game than TGC 2019, and I cannot wait for you all to get your hands on it. I'm going to leave this video here. I will talk to you all in the next, well, I presume, yeah, the next Korn Ferry Tour event. I hope you have enjoyed this one. If you managed to make it this far in the video, thanks very much for watching. I shall talk to you all in the next one. Until then, take care, have yourselves a good one, and bye for now.